Hello, welcome back to The Unknown Edge, and we're probably going to take a little bit more time on this review video because it's become kind of my new favorite knife and my new daily carry for on the job and off the job. It's going to be the Microtech Combat Troodon Gen 3. Got a lot to say, so let's dive in. Alright, so before I even start talking about all the crazy new mechanics and all that stuff on this blade, I'm sure you've all seen, even if it was for a very brief period of time, the older model of this in the second John Wick movie. Here's a clip if you haven't.
Next stop is Broad Street.
So this is that same knife, just upgraded, called the 2.0, even though it's the Gen 3. So let's dive deep into this bad boy. First off, it's a double-edged full serration on this model. Gives it that nice full serration on this edge, and then a nice clean smooth edge on this edge. It's badass. It's a wicked looking knife. It really is. This specific model is done in the apocalyptic finish. Obviously, it's an out the front OTF, whatever you want to call it. The handle is black anodized T6 aluminum. The blade is being used of M390 MK steel from their bowler. On the blade there, blade is standing about 4 inches long, which makes the entire thing overall 9.5 inches long. You've seen my reviews on the Microtech Hera 2 Mini. I was able to palm that knife and close it in a closed fist, and you weren't able to see it. You can tell that this is much more of a full-size knife. It is bigger. Now the pocket clip is meant for tip-down carry. It can be swapped to either side for left or right carry. The whole knife weighs only 5.5 ounces. There is some changes on this model, the Gen 3, compared to the older Combat Troodon that you are so used to seeing for all these years. Now, one of the biggest things is that they changed from using the T-screws on their handle to keep everything enclosed to Torx screws. So instead of it having like 6 T-screws we have on the handle, we have 4 T8 Torx screws that are holding the chassis closed. You also have one more T30, I believe it is. Yes, T30 screw that's holding the chassis closed, but is also holding the pocket clip on here. Okay. Now going back to the pocket clip here, it is changed as well. It is a new billet design they have going on that has a silicone carbide ball. Honestly, it was a smart decision. The pocket clips that they're changing to with the silicone carbide ball is very sturdy. It doesn't have that issue where it bends too much up and then all of a sudden your pocket clip is too loose and you have to take it off and kind of bend it yourself to get it back to being taut with the handle. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to bend. That is a very, very sturdy pocket clip. With this, they did introduce new accents on the handle here, but they did keep the same jimping on the tops and on the bottoms. So that is cool. It does come with their crud cutter right here underneath the switch. That's supposed to stop any debris or pocket lint or anything like that from being stuck in there and stopping your knife from actuating. So it's it's a lot of fanciness going on here. It is a lot of fanciness. This does operate on their new dual fuel drivetrain, and pretty much what that is, it's just their new system of a double spring drivetrain, and it actually helps with a smoother deployment. So in older models, it was very hard to actuate the deployment on the blade. You'd be able to get it, but then sometimes bringing it back in, if you didn't have that finger strength, you weren't going to bring that blade back in. It was a lot tougher with the older models. With this, it's very smooth. I mean, I can keep doing this all day. I have not had a failed deployment once with it. So there's that. They did cut down on how they did their logos and stuff on the blade. So normally they would have their full Microtech logo billboarded right here across it, Combat Troodon, blah, 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 blah. They just kept it simple, Combat Troodon. They have a little print right there of what the blade material type is, and then their logo has just been laser etched into the aluminum handle here. And then it was done before this was coated in black. That way the etching itself is also black. All in all, I've been carrying this knife for 3 weeks now, or going on 3 weeks. Honestly, it might have been 4 weeks now. Time kind of blends in. But this knife is amazing. It really is. It's sharp, quick deployment. For how big it is, I barely even feel it in my pocket. I honestly think if this was available back when John Wick 2 came out, this would be a John Wick approved knife, and this would have been the model that he carried in that film. But honestly, what really matters is, would you want to carry the Microtech Combat Troodon Gen 3 with a double-edged full serration and apocalyptic finish? I know I am. Please let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and let all your friends know. Ain't like they got anything else better to do. Thank you for joining. Till next time.